Hi everyone, in this video we will revise the questions of niacin and vitamin E. So the first question that we discuss is niacin for 5 marks. So niacinamide is the active form of the vitamin which is present in the tissues. The coenzyme forms of niacin are nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So these are the two active coenzyme forms of niacin. So in the oxidized form, nitrogen has a positive charge, that is NAD plus or NADP plus. Then during reduction, this NAD plus or NADP, it accepts one hydrogen and it becomes NADH or NADPH. So the coenzyme functions of niacin, that is, it is mainly related with the oxidation reduction reactions, that is NAD plus and NADP plus, they are involved in various oxidation and reduction reactions which is catalyzed by dehydrogenases. So it is involved in many metabolic pathways of carbohydrate, lipid and protein. So examples for NAD dependent enzymes are lactate dehydrogenase which convert pyruvate to lactate. Then glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate which convert glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase which convert glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bis-phosphoglycerate. And the other examples are alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, glutamate dehydrogenase. These are examples for NAD dependent enzymes. Then the other coenzyme form of niacin is NADP plus. So there are NADPH generating reaction as well as NADPH utilizing reaction. So example for NADPH generating reaction include glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase reaction of HMP shunt pathway. That is glucose 6-phosphate, it is converted into 6-phosphogluconolactone by glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. That is an NADPH generating reaction. And another example is 6-phosphogluconate dehydrogenase, that is also in the HMP shunt pathway which convert 6-phosphogluconate to 3-keto-6-phosphogluconate. That is also an NADPH generating reaction. The other example for NADPH generating reaction include cytoplasmic isocitrate dehydrogenase reaction and Malik enzyme. Now the example for NADPH utilizing reaction. This NADPH utilizing reaction, they are mainly involved in the reductive biosynthesis. For example, HMG-CoA, it is converted to mevalonate by HMG-CoA reductase. So here NADPH is utilized. Then another example for NADPH utilizing reaction is folate reductase reaction. Now coming to the recommended daily allowance of niacin, adults require about 20 milligrams per day. Pregnancy and lactation, the requirement is increased. In pregnancy it is 22 milligrams per day and in lactation 25 milligrams per day. Then the sources include dried yeast, wheat germs, cereals, egg, milk, meat. These are all the sources of niacin. And you have to write about the deficiency manifestations also. Deficiency manifestation I will be discussing in the next question. Second question is pellagra. Pellagra for 5 marks. So the deficiency of niacin leads to a clinical condition called pellagra. The symptoms of pellagra include dermatitis, diarrhea and dementia. Dermatitis, in early stages bright red erythema occurs, especially in the feet, ankle and face. Increased pigmentation around the neck is known as Castle's necklace. And the dermatitis, it is precipitated by exposure to sunlight. Niacin deficiency is manifested in nail as irregular surface. Second one is diarrhea. Diarrhea may be mild or severe with blood and mucus, and this may lead to loss of weight. Nausea and vomiting is also seen. Third one is dementia. It is frequently seen in chronic cases, and delirium is common in acute pellagra. So irritability, inability to concentrate and poor memory are more common in mild cases. Ataxia is also seen. So niacin deficiency, it causes pellagra with skin lesions, and increased pigmentation around the neck is known as Castle's necklace. And in nails it is manifested as irregular or uneven surface. Now the causes for niacin deficiency. First one is dietary deficiency of tryptophan. So pellagra, it is seen among people whose staple diet is maize. In maize, niacin is present but it is in the bound form, so it is unavailable. And also pellagra is seen in people whose staple diet is sorghum. Sorghum contains leucine in high quantities, So this leucine, it will inhibit the enzyme QPRTase. So niacin cannot be converted to NAD+. So tryptophan deficiency will lead to pellagra-like symptoms. Second cause is deficient synthesis. Kynurenase is an important enzyme in the pathway of tryptophan. And this enzyme is pyridoxal phosphate dependent. So conversion of tryptophan to niacin is not possible in pyridoxal deficiency. Third cause is isoniazid. So it is an antituberculous drug which will inhibit the pyridoxal phosphate formation. So there is a block in the conversion of tryptophan to NAD. Then in Hartnupp's disease, tryptophan absorption from intestine is defective and more amount of tryptophan is excreted in urine. So this will lead to lack of tryptophan and consequently deficiency of nicotinamide. Then carcinoid syndrome. So this tumor, it will utilize the major portion of the available tryptophan for synthesis of serotonin. So tryptophan is unavailable for the production of NAD. So that will also lead to the deficiency. Third question is functions and deficiency of tocopherol or vitamin E. Vitamin E, it is the most powerful natural antioxidant. So free radicals, they are continuously being generated in living system. Vitamin E is a non-biological antioxidant which is able to stop the lipid peroxidation chain and protect the plasma membrane from the attack of free radicals. The free radicals, they attack all the biomembrane. So vitamin E protect RBC from hemolysis. Then by preventing the peroxidation, it keeps the structural and functional integrity of all cells. It also boosts the immune response. Vitamin E, it reduces the risk of atherosclerosis by reducing the oxidation of LDL. Then its interrelationship with selenium. Selenium is present in glutathione peroxidase. It is an important enzyme that oxidizes and destroys the free radical. Selenium has been found to decrease the requirement of vitamin E and vice versa. So they act together to minimize the lipid peroxidation. Then the deficiency manifestation of vitamin E include poor nerve conduction, spinocerebellar ataxia, retinopathy, peripheral neuropathy and myopathies. Then it can cause anemia due to the oxidative damage to the RBC. Vitamin E deficiency is seen in person who cannot absorb dietary fat. Vitamin E, it is absorbed along with other fat. So the people who cannot absorb dietary fat, vitamin E deficiency is seen. Then it is seen in premature infants, then in condition like abetalipoproteinemia and in mutation in the gene for tocopherol transfer protein.